Welcome to your winter solstice reading, and this is going to be for the season starting on December 21st, 21. So you have this 12, 21, 21 numbers going on here. You got the 12 and the 21, which is very much a mirrored effect. Plus 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So you got a 3, and a 3. So 3 threes. Huge amount of creativity that's going to be coming around this winter solstice. So I'm excited to see what Spirit has to tell us about those 3 months. Also, of course, winter solstice is the beginning of Capricorn season. I will have a different video for Capricorn for that season coming up, so keep an eye out for that as well. But this reading is going to be a pick-a-bear reading, and so you're going to have a choice of 3 different bears, and you can choose as many as you want. You're going to have the brown bear, the black bear, and the polar bear. And I'll have timestamps for each one of those in the description box below if you want to jump ahead to the other bear. We're going to start, of course, with the brown bear. And we're going to be asking the question, what's going into hibernation? So we're going to just ask what is falling away, what is kind of shrinking in our life, at least for this 3-month period. And with that shrinking, with all this creativity going on, what is going to take its place as it shrinks? Because there's always a certain amount of energy in our lives, and as one changes, it makes room for something else. So I'm excited to jump right in, and like I said, we're going to start with Mr. Brown Bear first, and if you chose one of the other bears, just click on the timestamp below and you'll jump ahead. So let's get started. Okay, if you chose brown bear number 1, all my Aries, then this is your reading. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Power of Surrender Oracle and just see what the Creator wants you to know about what is going into hibernation in your life. And then, of course, we will dig more deeply into each one. All right, so for our Aries that chose the brown bear, what would you like them to know that's going into hibernation, please? Okay. I feel like this is the one right here. And you got surrender to passion. So you can see that there. And it says, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So what's going into hibernation is your resistance to passion, which is great, right? So I love that. We're just going to put this over here. Actually, I'm going to put it right here. And we're going to pull more cards. But so definitely your passion in life, what's going to go into hibernation is your resistance to living your true passion, living your full, real dream. And so the dreams that other people have given you for your life, going, this is what you should do, this is who you're supposed to be, blah, 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 blah. And you took those on earlier in your life and said, okay, well, that is my dream. And so you've been investing energy and effort into it. But now you're finding out that you really don't have any drive behind it because it's really not your dream. So those, I'm going to say, imposter dreams are what are going into hibernation. So I love that. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Animal Spirit deck. We're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this hibernation for this 3-month period. And one more time. All right, Creator. So for our Aries that chose the brown bear, okay, that's the one right there. And you have the oyster. The world is your oyster, right? That's what I'm hearing. And we're going to read from the actual book here and just see what message comes from Mr. Oyster for you here. But I love that. The world is your oyster. You don't have to feel limited anymore by those old dreams. This is patience, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When you're in balance with this oyster energy, you're feeling blessed, you're generous, you're masterful. But when you're out of balance, like when you're living a dream that's not yours, you feel reluctant, gripping, and you clam up, right? So to bring this into balance, share something. And that is so perfect for what we were talking about, to share your true inner gift, right? Share that which is really you. That's perfect for this. We're also going to pull some cards here. I believe these are the Ancestor Tarot. But we're going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this winter solstice. And then we'll dig into like a little month-by-month review. All right, Creator, what else for Aries? That shows the brown bear, please. All right. I feel like that's the one there. Yeah, the Chariot. Beautiful and perfect, because this is not only victorious, but you're the one that has your power of choice. You're the one that's driving the chariot. So you have a choice between your higher choice of unconditional love, or you have a choice of the fear of losing conditional love. You can get in tune with your heart and choose that which is truly how you uniquely want to share your unconditional love with the world, or you can fear, what will people think if I don't do what I was supposed to do, or what they're telling me my dream is supposed to be and should be and has to be, all of those expectations. What would it mean? And really, it would mean that you're not going to be miserable. Those that want you to be something that you're not, really, if they leave your life, it's a blessing in the end. But if you're living your life's purpose, if you're living your life's passion, then people get passionate about it as well. They take your lead on the energy that you're putting out through it all. So I'm loving this for you. You have the choice. You have the power. No matter what happens in your life, you get to choose what story you put to it, and you get to choose what emotion you're going to feel around it. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like you're making a choice, because you were told all along that when this thing happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. So you made it a habit to react. When this happens, you react and you feel this way. But if you slowed it down, took a pause, take a deep breath, you can see that you can make a different choice if you so wish. And so you have all this power in your hands, that truly the world is your oyster. So this is beautiful. Next, we're going to take these Tarot of Dreams, and we're just going to look at month by month. So 12/21 to 1/21, 1/21 to 2/21, 2/21 to 3/21. So just a 3-month period here, and just see what the Creator wants you to know about each of those months. All right, so what do you want them to know about the first month? Okay, I feel like you have these 3 here. And then what about 1/21 to 2/21? Okay. Oh, you got 3 there too. And then what about this here? That'll be 2/21 to 3/21, right? Okay. And there we have it. And it's amazing. So like I talked about 3, 3, 3, you've got 3, 3, and 3 here. So let me just pull up my sleeves here and let's dig into this. So from 12/21 to 1/21, you've got the 5 of Coins, which is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5s are about transformation and understanding, and this really has to do with your beliefs around lack, your beliefs around supply, and having what you need from the outside world. This, I'm going to say sliding glass, the stainless glass here represents the spirit world, and that you are really taken care of even when you don't feel like you are. And the transformation in the belief that happens is actually thinking that the outside world are what bring you your abundance, because that's where you get the delivery from. But really, ultimately, the creator of all things is who brings us what we need, who brings us our resources. And he or she has these endless resources to them. And everyone else is just the middleman that brings it to us. So this transformation that happens with this 5 of coins, and I really feel it's like they're on this fear of, well, if I live my dream, I'm not going to be able to make money of that and survive and have my needs met. And it's like, when you live your passion, you're willing to sacrifice different things than you were before, because those other things were at least making it worth its while for you living someone else's dream. You're like, well, at least even though I'm not feeling whole and complete and having passion around it, at least I'm getting all this extra money or this stuff. But when you're living your passion, just living that, you're not existing anymore, you're living. And so you are able to look into this and see the world from a different perspective, and see that you are going to have everything you need, in starting with your passion inside of you. Let's see what else we got here. Yep, 7 of Cups. Cups are your emotions. You have all these things to feel. And I really feel with this Chariot coming up here, usually this is like confusion, but because of this Chariot, I feel like you're learning that you have all these choices of different emotions that you can feel in any situation, and that you get to choose what it is. And so it becomes like you don't feel so desperate, when you feel like, when this happens, this is how I have to feel, and that's the only way you have to feel. When you realize that you can make a choice on how you feel about any situation, then you're like, wait a minute. This knowing that I can make a different choice, even if you still choose to feel that other way, because there's no wrong choice. But if you even choose to feel that old way, it's not as desperate feeling, because you knew you could choose differently if you wanted to, right? So I love that coming in here for you too. Yeah, because here's the 9 of coins, and this totally comes in with this 5 of coins here. The 9 is about you finding this within yourself, and like separate from the outside world, like this oyster, everything is inside, and you find this abundance, you find this wholeness, you find this completeness, and this awareness of abundance within yourself. Because this, the 9 of discs, pentacles, coins, it's all called something different in different decks. This is telling you that you're finding it all from within in your little garden, and you always have a little feathered friend with you, which represents spirit. You're never alone. If you're ever wondering, well, I don't know what I want to do and where I want to head and everything, spirit is the perfect resource. They're the eye in the sky. They are outside space and time. And if you're like, show me some guidance on what my true passion is, help me discover that. And they definitely will, because they want to have you have the most beautiful, amazing experience here on earth, learning so much about yourself, learning about your power of choice, just tons and tons of beautiful adventures and journeys, and they're all behind you, working with you. So, realizing life unfolds for you, and then it's not happening to you, is a beautiful, awareness that comes through all this. And then we move into, that would be January 21st to February 21st. And during this time, dun dun dun, the Tower. And don't be afraid of this. It's actually a beautiful card, because as I was just saying, it helps you learn that life happens for you and not to you. And the story that comes with this, that Spirit, brought to me, was before we come down here, and this is like the Wheel of Fortune type of card, which I kind of tell before the Tower, because the Tower is part of it all too, is like the Wheel of Fortune is you're a soul, and before you come down to the planet, you choose what avatar is going to represent you in this human character. all your strengths, who you're going to be born to, where you're going to be born, blah, 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 blah. When you're coming into the game, when you're leaving the game, and then all these fated events that are unfold as you're going through life. And within each of those fated events, like we talked with the Chariot, you still get to choose what story you put to that fated event and what emotion you put to that fated event. So you can choose an emotion of extreme unconditional love or extreme fear or something in between. Like I said, there's no wrong choice because you came here to experience all these emotions and all these fluctuations to more fully understand who you are. And so, that message is that, okay, everything is unfolding for you, not to you, right? Now the Tower comes in where all these fated events are going on. This thing that's been in your life on purpose, for a purpose, could be like a relationship, either romantic or friends or family or work, or even with your fur babies or feather babies, whatever it may be, that could be in your life. Or it could be a circumstance like a job or education, or it can be something in your life like your physical body or your bank account or your possessions. Something's been in your life all this time on purpose, for a purpose, but for you to have these other fated events to happen after it, this thing needs to be removed. And what's beautiful is the Tower. It doesn't show it in here, but some you'll see in some tarot where someone's getting blasted out by the lightning bolt and someone's leaping out by the lightning bolt. And what that tells you is that if you're in tune with spirit, like we were talking about here with your feathered friends, if you're in tune, which means you've raised your vibration out of the noise of the chaos that's going on and all the fear in the world, and you're making it a habit to connect to spirit with joy, laughter, unconditional love, and peace. That's the frequency at which they communicate. If you are in tune with that, you can actually hear the countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the lightning bolt hitting. And you can, if you wish, remove it sooner. But this is like the drop dead date where this has to be removed. And so if you don't, then you have the electric shock treatment experience, and it gets removed for you. And it's per the agreement that you made before you came down here. You said, yes, if I haven't removed it by here, remove it for me. So you asked for it to be removed. And again, there's no judgment if you don't choose to remove it before it gets removed for you, because a lot of us love that electric shock treatment of the lightning bolt. We came down here to experience all of this, and a lot of us want to wait until that Tower moment because we want to experience this thing all the way up to the last second. So there's no harm, no foul, but this is telling us that during that time, that's when something's going to be removed out of your life for you. And that could be the dream that falls through, that you are hibernating, that can be removed, or something in your life is making it to where you have an opportunity to live your dream and stop living the other. So this is beautiful that it's happening. It's like a toxic relationship. And I'm not saying that because this is a general reading. Let's say you're in a job that you absolutely hate, but you're not willing to be the one to leave the company. It's like being in a toxic relationship. You can be in a toxic relationship with your job or with a human. And if you don't want to be the one to break up, this is like they break up with you to make you have this opportunity. So someone can ask you for a divorce or break up with you, or you can be terminated from your job, and then you're like, I get to choose what this means in the story. It's like freedom. I can go live my dream now, and I can make the decisions to where I can live my dream instead of being trapped in this job that I work 110 hours a week, and I'm salaried, so I get 6 cents an hour. Something along those lines I feel is happening for you there. Yeah. And then you have the Knight of Coins. The Knights are all about movement. And the Knight of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles, is the slowest moving out of the 4 Knights in the minor arcana, because the others are about your mind, your emotions, and your spark and drive in your life. All those things are internal, and they move faster than the outside world, which is represented by the coins and the pentacles. And so, this just means that there's a season for everything, and that you're in winter and where things are going into hibernation. And just know that during this time, things are happening and unfolding in perfect timing of the outside world, even though your insides might be moving a lot faster than the outside world. This is kind of saying, just have patience with the outside world, understanding that things will eventually unfold for you, in alignment with how you want it to progress, how this tower and this beautiful fated events will unfold. But what helps you with that is that you don't have anything to fear about tomorrow and afterwards, because no matter what happens, you have the power to choose what story you apply to it, what emotion you are going to apply around it. So you don't have anything to fear. You can trust the Creator and trust the Creator's timing. Everything's unfolding perfectly. Yeah. And then you have the Seven of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, these things here. And for me, the Seven of Swords, sometimes I'll be like, this is the trickster, and watch out for thievery, and it's the fox spirit energy. Someone's trying to be sly, super sly. But for me, the Seven of Swords really screams, how are your thoughts and beliefs deceiving you? What kind of thoughts are being sly and keeping you from your dream? And it's your beliefs about what your dream was supposed to be, what it should be. So a lot of beautiful clarification is coming up here from January 21st to February 21st for you. I'm just trusting that things are being removed in the proper time. Things are unfolding in the proper, perfect timing. But it's also this slow movement allows you to really have that space of time to understand what it is that is limiting you, what limiting beliefs you have besides this abundance is keeping you feeling small and feeling like you couldn't live your dream, and that you feel powerless. So it's a beautiful awareness and awakening type of energy there too. And then we go on to February 21st up to March 21st, and you have the Eight of Swords. So you continue to see what it is that is no longer serving you. You're seeing those things that are binding you, making you feel confined, keeping you in this little prison bubble. But it's beautiful because 8 is the number of knowledge. It's the number of learning. And so this is like, aha, so you identify it, and then you learn how to overcome it and move past it. So this is beautiful for you. You're realizing this awareness that it's been me and my beliefs that I took on from others that has been keeping me feeling small and limited. But no more, no more. Yeah, no more. 10 of coins. Dun, dun, dun. 10 is the number of endings and new beginnings. The 10 of coins is one of the most abundant cards. And so this is like, aha, you discover abundance, you discover victory. And that can be changing your attitude, and suddenly you are grateful and thankful for everything you see. But I really feel as you make this change, you're seeing how you can make things work. And, this whole abundance, fears or belief in lack and everything, you have this new belief in gratitude and thankfulness, and you see just how everything has been unfolded perfectly for you, and that you do have everything you need in your life, and you're ready to just jump forward, really take charge of these reins, and enjoy the process going forward. Yeah. Because you have the Two of Swords. Again, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, expectations, etc. But for me, the twos are really this beautiful awareness and message that come in that there's more than just one of you that is living your experience here. You've got your physical, you've got the little shadow you, the human self, with all its expectations and everything, all the opinions and popular opinions that you took on as your dream and your opinions. But you also have your higher self, and you have the moon here and the moon here too. And it's about connecting to the higher realms, connecting to your higher self, the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you really are, who's made of unconditional love. And you get to close your eyes. You can even see It's like blind yourself from what you're seeing in the outside world. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, connect to your feathered friends up above, and they will guide you and show you the capital T truths rather than small t truths of the world. And that's how you can make decisions rather than just from logic and from all those fears that you were fed before. So I am loving that. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle just to get your final message for this 3-month period for the winter solstice. All right, for our Aries that chose, okay, the brown bear, what's the final message? You actually got 2. Perfect. You've got the Protection Guardian, which that says, drop your shields. I'm going to put that one over here. And then you also have Lord, take charge with authority. And this is perfect. And I feel like, well, we are going to read both of these. And these are just different sections. Let me just grab Protection Guardian first. So drop your shields. Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. It's exactly what we were talking about with that oyster, right? So confirmation of that. The Protection Guardian is a feminine version of the Archangel Michael. She's a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe, but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she's here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. I love that. That's so in alignment with what we talked about. And then we've got Lord. Sorry, one more page here. There it is. Again, take charge with authority, right? Take charge with authority. Don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. And whether you're male or female or however you identify, you have divine masculine, divine feminine within you. So this is that divine masculine strength that you find within you. But this doesn't mean that he's angry and chauvinistic. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord in this oracle holds a ram staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is protective of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth, and it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You're being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed, right? Be the boss instead of being bossed, letting those old dreams that people have been telling you that you're supposed to be go. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. So this message that has come over and over and over again for you, show who you really are, shine, live this dream, stop existing, and live the dream of the person that you really want to be, how you want to uniquely share your unconditional love with the world. And you'll know because you'll have passion about it. You'll wake up in the morning and not go, oh God, another day. You'll wake up and go, oh God, another day. I'm going to live my dream. So that is the difference, and that's how you'll know. Beautiful. Well, I'm going to leave the reading here. Just know that in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly readings for each of the elements like air signs, fire signs, and a bunch of other readings. So if you want to check up on your energy throughout the month as you go, if you haven't done so already, just make sure to click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this little notification bell pop up. And when you click on that, then you can set your notifications to be notified when the new videos come out. It's easy breezy. All right. Well, just know as you go throughout this winter solstice and each and every single day that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you as well. Have an amazing winter solstice, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care. All right, all my Aries, if you chose bear number 2, the black bear, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Power of Surrender Oracle. And this is going to tell us a little bit about what is going into hibernation over this 3-month period. One more time. All right, Creator, what do you want Aries that chose the black bear, number 2, to know? Okay, it's this one right here. And you got surrender your fear of intimacy. It says on the bottom, you are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So your fears of intimacy are what are going to go into hibernation during this 3-month period. And how perfect is that? During the winter cold months, at least in the northern hemisphere, what better time to have open in your heart so you can have some cuddle time. But that doesn't necessarily just mean intimacy of physical nature. This also is about opening your heart to others when it's not a romantic relationship. It's about being vulnerable, letting those fears of letting people close to you, go as well. So I love that for you. We're also going to pull a card here from this animal spirit deck. And we're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about what's going into hibernation. But yeah, this is very much about a period of time of really opening up and facing your fear of rejection. And it's beautiful because one of the big things that I'm feeling for you is that, we fear rejection and we fear that we're going to be abandoned. But if anyone would be willing to abandon us and reject us for our actions, then that really is doing you a favor. It's allowing you to see those that truly care for you and will be, you'd be better off at least having those true friendships, those true relationships that will love you so much for who you are, not reject you for not being who they want you to be, right? So let's see what else, Creator. What else do you want? Okay. Kind of feel like this one, and actually you get 2. So let's take a look at these and we'll read from the little book that comes with these. And you got the octopus. And you also got the spider. So beings with lots of legs. And got something of water and something of, I believe that's earth. Let's take a look here. Oh, open right up to octopus. So this is reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. So the octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries, right? Healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in a well-intended but messy relationship or relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that what it means to be close. They believe that's what it means to be close. It's all how you say that sentence, right? So that's what, the octopus relationship, it thinks it needs to be, is where you're overly entwined in someone else's business and sharing all of yours with them without any boundaries, and allowing people to just throw up on you with their life and drag you into every avenue and every intricacy of their life. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of the octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Because when you're in balance, you're interested, you're engaged, you're intelligent. But when it's out of balance, then there's this energy of neediness, clinginess, and lacking courage. To bring this energy into balance, find space for yourself and try some talk therapy. So just talking it out, whether it's with a counselor or maybe just with a trusted friend, right? And then let's look and see what Spider offers here. These are not in alphabetical order, so I'm just finding it really quick here. So you can contemplate what we were just talking about. Let that sink in. Oh, there we go, Spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. And when you're in balance with this energy, you're appreciative, you're enthusiastic, and you're prosperous. When you're out of balance, you're discouraged, you're tired, and you're forlorn. So to bring this into balance, it's playful creativity. So I love this. Developing this space for yourself is like the balancing thing. And this is about expressing when Dharma, at least the way I understand it, is like your life's purpose, what you can bring uniquely into this world, right? I mean, that's what the spiders are, the few creatures that create spider webs, and they have that ability like no one else. And this is about allowing yourself to express yourself in this unique way. And I love that with this intimacy is about this vulnerability of being yourself as well, right? So I love that. Let's see what else we got here. I believe these are the I keep on saying that. Yeah, Ancestral Path Tarot are what these are. We're just going to see what else the creator wants you to know about this 3-month period, and then we're going to go and break down into each of the 3 months and just see what else the creator wants you to specifically know. All right, for the Aries that chose the number 2 reading, the black bear. Right, they're just going to say that's the one right off the bat here. Yep, the moon. Beautiful. So the moon energy really is so much about getting in tune with the hidden and the unknown, right? That you hide so deeply in your unconscious, your subconscious, but it also is about connecting to your higher self in the higher realms. So this beautiful energy that comes with this, I really feel just intertwined so well with this, because there's this piece of yourself that you hide so well, like this special, either it's gifts or your dreams or something in your life that you've been hiding from the world because you're afraid of the reaction. And also I feel like with this octopus energy, for some of you, I mean, it's a general reading, but I'm feeling like for a significant amount of you, that when I was talking about all the involvement in other people's lives and doing that type of thing, I feel like you gave up your dreams to try to take care of everyone else, right? You're involving all this, your energy into trying to make other people happy and trying to help them have their dreams, be fulfilled and all that. And then you have no energy and time for yourself, because then you wake up the next day and you're right back at it again. And I feel like this is the time for you, even this dark time in your life, that there's this full moon, there's this wholeness, there's this brightness that is going to change your life. And it really is, if you're unsure of what this gift is, then really connecting to the higher realms with this moon energy. Trust in your gut and your intuition, asking for answers and support, and you'll get that because they so deeply want you to know about that piece of your life. And then we have this Tarot of Dreams, so fitting for what we're talking about. And we're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about your 3 months. So we'll split off, and the first one, of course, will be December 21st to January 21st. So, Creator, what do you want? Our Aries that chose that. Okay. Here's that one, and this one, and this one. And then for the second month, which would be January 21st to February 21st. Okay. Okay. Those there. And then the last month, February 21st up to March 21st, please. Okay. So you got a little bit of cards for that one. So let's jump in here. So this is going to be December 21st up to January 21st. And you got the Three of Wands. And Wands is your spark, your ambition, your drive, your aha inspiration, even your spiritual energy. But this is really like the Two of Wands is when you plan to go from A to B to C to D to blah, 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 all these plans, right? And the Three of Wands is you've gone from A to B, and you're standing at C, literally the C, is right here. But it's a letter C in your plan. And even though you had like plans on like saying like you're in the middle of a continent and you got plans on how you're going to get to the coast, and then when you get to the coast, you get to the sea, then you're going to board a ship and you're going to go to this location. But because of this surrendering to your fear of intimacy and your fear of vulnerability, you're actually able to transform your plans. You're now, instead of going to this location on a ship, you're going to go to this location on a ship. So it really represents this change of direction in your life, which makes total sense. And then you got the moon again. So you got the moon here and you've got the moon here. So definitely this is the time of connecting right away off the bat, and again, with this direction, this change of direction, if you're not sure, really trust your intuition and trust your relationship you have with your higher self and all those beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. You got your angels and your guardian angels and your spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side, and your ancestors and spirit and the Creator. And what else, what other beings of unconditional love and light you believe in, whether it's unicorns and fairies, whatever, just know that you can reach up to them and they're going to bring you this guidance and this clarity for you. And then you got the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is beautiful because you can see these 3 cups down here, and cups are emotions, that these are the things that were supposed to fulfill you in the outside world. I usually say the 3 cups. One is relationships with other people, romantic or family or friends or work, or with your fur babies and, feather babies, whatever it might be, or situations like your jobs or education, or things like your body, your possessions, your finances, whatever it might be. Those are the things that you're told are supposed to fulfill you and make you feel whole and complete, but they disappoint you because those external things are not eternal and not what you're truly thirsty for. The 5 is about transformation and a change in beliefs and understanding. And you have the 2 cups behind you, which the 2 cups represent. One represents your human side, this being of fight or flight, the human experience, where the other one represents your higher self. And so this Two of Cups, the actual card of the Two of Cups for me represents this knowledge of this higher understanding that there's 2 of you that are experiencing life together, the character that you're playing and the actor behind the character, that higher self. And so this is a beautiful transformation as you understand that those things that you've been told that are supposed to fulfill you and make you feel whole and complete left you feeling disappointed. They left you feeling empty still. But there's hope because you have this higher love. You have this connection to the other realms. And then this change of direction shows me that you are looking past that these fears are going into hibernation, and it's allowing you to see things more clearly. And then that takes you into January 21st to February 21st. And you've got the Seven of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. A lot of times they'll say, that this is a thief, that this is like someone deceiving you or playing tricks on you. But for me, what Spirit has showed me for this is awareness of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are deceiving you. And that would be these fears that are keeping you feeling small, and that feeling like you need to have protection and protect, other people, right? Or be protected from other people. And I really love this because here's the moon on this card as well, along with this here. I'm sorry if you hear a dog barking outside. There's a dog barking. So yeah, that would be this, right? What are you needing protection from? Yeah. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is great. This is a 10. This is endings and new beginnings. And there's a beautiful message that comes with this, because this is like before you came down here, and it kind of reminds me of this spider web too, that you as a soul chose what character you were going to have, like the avatar that was going to represent you on this earth, your human side. And you decided when you were going to come down here and when you were going to leave the game of this life. And you have all these fated events that you wanted to experience as you're going through life. But within each one of those circumstances and those fated events, you still as that character get to choose what story you apply to the situation. Also get to choose what emotion you're going to choose with that situation. Or you're going to choose an extreme emotion of unconditional love, or an extreme emotion of fear, or something in between. There's no wrong emotion, but you get to choose that, and you get to choose what story you apply to that. And what's beautiful with that is it shows you that your whole life, everything is unfolding for you, that life is not happening to you. So as this wheel turns in your life, you get to turn with it, and you get to choose what story you apply to it. So as you're getting this clarity about expressing yourself and about creating healthy boundaries with you and all those other relationships, that you get to choose what story you put around any relationship, any circumstance, around your body, around finances, all that external world stuff. You get to decide what it means. And I know sometimes you're like, what? It doesn't feel like I'm choosing the emotions, but it's because it's become such a habit to choose something because you were told when this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel, that it was ingrained so much that it's a habit now that when that happens, you just feel that, you automatically go to it. But if you can take a deep breath and pause, you'll realize that you can choose whatever way you want to react to it or respond to it is up to you. Whatever story you apply to it is up to you. There's a lot of popular opinions out there, and we were fed so much of it growing up that you're full of it. You're full of opinion, but you also get to change it if you want to. And so this is a very empowering card for this period of time for you. Yeah. And then you've got the Judgment card, and that's X and X, which is double endings and double endings and double beginnings. And this shows this is your human side of yourself, and realizing that you're so much more than that. So everything I talked about in the Two of Cups pretty much is represented by this Judgment card, because you realize that the side of you that judges others and compares and contrasts is your human side, because it needs to know where it stands in order to see it by opinion if you're acceptable or rejectable. But when you realize how powerful and the supernatural being that you really are, you realize that, again, you get to decide what any situation means. So very empowering. This awareness continues just to really show forth. And because of that, that's when you can realize what gift, how you want to express your unconditional love to the world. And then we move into February 21st to March 21st. And you've got the World, which is beautiful. This is major ending of major cycles. So you got all this endings and new beginnings, and this is continuing to say, yeah, this is an ending of a big cycle, moving into the beginning of a new one. Very, very significant. It's not just smallness. This is like a life-changing cycle ending in your life, allowing you to begin new. Yeah, because here you go. You got the Six of Wands. Again, wands are your drive, your ambition, your spark, your spiritual energy, your aha, inspiration, and all that. And the Six of Wands shows, it's like acknowledgement of your powerfulness, the acknowledgement of who you really are. I mean, look, brightness here. And so I really feel like this is you acknowledging this brightness that you really are. But also, because it's filling you up and you're having these major cycles and in beginnings through this hibernation, that the fears are hibernating, so it lets this brightness out that people recognize it, and they just literally tell you that you're glowing, that they're like, there's just something about you, you're just like glowing, you're smiling, you just feel so joyful, and you're so different. And you're gonna have that in that February 21st to March 21st time frame. Yeah, because here you go, King of Coins, King of Pentacles. This is all about abundance and feeling whole and complete. The king is at the end of the suit, and so he has learned that your wholeness and completeness you find within you. You know, the king, you know, he experienced successful relationships, successful jobs, success, you know, financially, body, everything else, and he understood the five of, do you have the five? No. Yeah, Five of Cups right here. So, you know, he understood that these three cups, he understood how that was disappointing, and he knows that you find your wholeness and completeness from within, not from the outside. And then you've got the Magician. How beautiful is that? This is your infinite self, your higher self, being the magician, pointing his wand toward the heavens and bringing down that beautiful, beautiful brightness into the earth, which is about sharing this gift of who you are. And you've got everything you need within you. You can see this infinity symbol, which represents your infinite self. But you've got the swords and the coins and pentacles and the cups and the wands. You have everything you need in your being to bring this to fruition, to really manifest this beautiful expression of the unconditional love that's in you with the world, whether that's through art. You can do it in any position. I mean, you can be the most loving, supportive, you know, supervisor in a job, or you could be the best, you know, loving waitress or wait staff, or it doesn't have to be something in the spiritual realm or, you know, something along those lines. You can introduce that and bring it to you in any area of your life. Yeah, 10 of Coins. Ta-da! This is ultimately fulfillment. Another 10 too. So this ending of this way of thinking about how you, I mean, King of Coins and 10 of Coins is like feeling abundant, feeling just overflowing to the point. Like the King of Coins is like so overflowing that you're able to help other people, and you're able just to reflect abundance outwardly from the inside out. So it's beautiful there. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from these bird messages cards and just see what the final message that the Creator has for you for this 3-month period. But it is beautiful. I am loving this ending here especially, but just the whole process of discovering the powerful inner you is amazing. All right, Creator, what's your final message here for our Aries that chose reading number 2, the Black Bear? Nope, not yet. Okay, there it is. And you got the Sun Bittern. And here, I'll let you see a closer picture of that. It says, outflank adversaries by keeping a low profile unless threatened. And I'm just going to put that right here in the middle. And then see what other message comes with that one here. It says, inoffensiveness personified. Sun-bitten sits quietly on her nest, hidden deep in South America's swampy rainforest. Perfectly camouflaged, the wavy gray and olive lines of her brown feathers render her almost invisible, right? This is like, I feel like, where you came from. Secure in her warm, earthy world, Sun-bitten has no need to aggress, but should others threaten her, Sun-bitten rises from her nest, opens her large wings, and tilts forward to reveal a huge and terrifying pair of chestnut eyes, edged with black and surrounded by the gold of the southern sun. And suddenly, it is 8-ounce Sun-bitten who is the aggressor, as she stalks confidently forward to meet her foe. If Sun-bitten has marched into your cards, she counsels that you, too, keep a low profile. But should others aggress, even if your heart beats timidly within, you must forcefully display your displeasure. Your enemies will then scatter like chaff on the wind. And I like that. There's like this underlying theme of standing up for yourself, right? You have been low profile. You have kept, to yourself, keeping yourself hidden. But I really feel like this is like, it's time to show your aggression, and not in a mean, aggressive, unloving way, but to stand up for yourself confidently and be the beautiful you. Show the world who you really are, that you're not something to get trampled on, and that they need to respect you. And it's about commanding respect, not demanding respect, but commanding it by respecting yourself first and showing the world your true inner strength. And I love that for you. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do like monthly readings by each zodiac sign, also weekly update readings by each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc. Different variety of other readings throughout the month. So if you want to keep up to date on the energies and the messages that are coming through and not miss any of them, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that's going to bring up this little notification bell. And if you click on that, you can select your settings on how you want to be notified. So it's pretty easy to do. All right, and just know, as you're going throughout this winter solstice and each and every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. So you have an amazing winter solstice. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care. All right, all my Aries, if you chose reading number 3, which is the polar bear, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Surrender Oracle. And we're going to ask and find out just what is going to be going into hibernation for you over these next 3 months. So, Creator, for those that chose the polar bear for Aries, what would you like them to know? Okay. So this one right here. And you have got surrender to your soul's path. Beautiful. And this says, your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson in every moment. So that would mean that what's going into hibernation are the blocks to seeing what your soul path is, or surrendering to it, like your resistance to your soul's path or the blocks to your soul's path. Those are the things that are going to be going into hibernation during these next 3 months. And we'll get more clarification on this, of course, and we're going to pick a card here from the Animal Spirit deck. Let's see what else the Creator wants you to know about this hibernation. What's going into hibernation during this next 3 months? There we go. I really feel I'm getting this impression that it's not about taking action on your soul path, but it's about understanding and taking this hibernation period just to back away and not feel threatened and not feel the pressure of like, I've got to be living my soul path, but just to really surrender to understanding what your soul path is, and to give yourself this 3-month break of trying to pursue and do, and just be, and sit with it. Okay. Yeah, and then you got Firefly. Firefly. So let's see what message comes from the Firefly here for you. I apologize, these are not in alphabetical order, so I just need to look through all of these. There we go. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is Firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When you're in balance, you write, you create, you brainstorm. When you're out of balance, you feel burnt out and you feel dull. And to bring this energy into balance, write a poem or draw, do something creative. And that's so perfect with this. It's like you can try to do so much, and you can try to shine where you get burnt out. And you're like, I really don't know what I want to be doing. I really don't know. And so it's like during this period of time is when you plan. It's when you look and go, okay, when I have the opportunity to express and move on my soul path, I want to be ready for it. And so this 3-month period, like I said, is like this break and this planning period for you. We're also going to pull some cards here from this Ancestor Tarot. It's Ancestral Path Tarot is the full name for this one, in case you're interested in them. All right, Creator, what else would you like? Those that chose the Polar Bear for Aries. For reading number 3, what else do you want them to know about their 3-month period, please? Okay, that's the one right there. And you got the Princess of Sacred Circles, which is, this would be the Page of Pentacles, or and some call them like coins, or there's another thing they call them, but in this one they call them the Sacred Circles. So the Princess or the Page is great for this, because this is about messages that you're going to be getting from the outside world. Because pages, of course, one part of it is that they are communicators, and they, it's about messages. Pages were the hear ye, kind of things. That's what the pages were. They also would train to become knights. And so this is all about preparation and learning and growing and receiving messages from the outside world. And so you're going to be getting messages and clarification during this 3-month period about your life and your soul path, and how you can express that to the world. But this 3 months, from December 21st of 2021 to 3/21 of 2022, is this period of getting messages, seeing things. And it also would be about new opportunities coming your way from the outside world. So it's about having patience as things happen and as they grow. The Pentacles move a little slower than our inside, our thoughts and our emotions and our drive and ambition. Those things can change fast, because they're all happening inside us. But the outside world moves a little more slowly and a little more with seasons. Obviously, this is all about winter solstice. So this is about understanding there's a season for things. And the winter time in the northern hemisphere is all about when things are still, and when things are shriveling up, and fruit that fell to the ground during autumn is deteriorating and soaking into the soil, getting ready for spring, getting ready to spring forward, which is, I kind of feel like this is what you're preparing for, is that opportunity that's going to come up as you go there. We're also going to pull more cards here, of course, and these Tarot of Dreams, we're going to pull for each of the 3 months. and just see what else the Creator wants you to know. So we'll start off for December 21st to January 21st. Creator, what would you like those that chose the polar bear to know about that period of time, please? Okay, there we go. One, anything else? Okay, and I feel like this one too. So you got these three, and then we've got January 21st to February 21st. What would you like our Aries to know? Okay, I really feel like this one and this one and that one. Okay, and then for this is February 21st to March 21st. Whoa. Do I want them to catch on fire? You are a fire sign, so that's the way it works, right? Okay, anything else? Simmer down, energy. Okay, and then those two. All right, so from December 21st to January 21st, you got the Ace of Swords. And this is beautiful. This is a gift of empowerment. It's a gift of your, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations, attitudes. But the Ace of Swords allows you the ability to see capital T truths and overlook the small t truths. So you get clarity on your path for this. It also means you're getting messages, messages of truth, messages that bring that clarity. Also, the Ace of Swords is very empowering because it allows you to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. So as you get this clarity around your soul path during that first month, you're able to easily just cut away these, old ways of thinking that served you for a purpose and served you for a time, but they no longer are fitting in with your soul path. So you're able to, to cut those away out of your life. Yeah, because this is all about Eight of Cups is emotions, of course, and Eight of Cups is about what you're ready to leave behind. And here you go on this pathway, all these steps. You're ready to take these steps higher, which this Ace of Swords allows you to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs, and the Eight of Cups is allowing you to leave those emotions behind that no longer serve you as well. We are emotional creatures who think. We're not thinking creatures who feel. We're feeling creatures who think. And so it makes sense. They're so intertwined in our being. We feel, and then our mind and brain create stories and kind of this structure around our lives based on those feelings, and then we feel based on those thoughts, which then create more thoughts, which then create more feelings. They just interact so well off of each other, but we started off feeling first, and so this is this evolution of what no longer serves you, both in emotion and mind. You're letting go. Yeah, because you got the Magician here. So this is you can see the infinity symbol down here. This is your infinite self. And it's showing you that you can bring the energy, this brightness that you are, your soul path, your dharma, into this life, and you bring it through you and into the world below. So it's how you express your unconditional love energy with the world. And you have everything you need down here. You got all your swords and your pentacles and your cups and your wands. You got everything you need for this world to manifest and bring that here. And so during this time, you really understand that you have everything to make your soul path come true. But it's this planning period I really feel keeps reiterating that, you see the hows and the wares and different things like that, but you're making the plans to put it into purpose. And then we come to January 21st to February 21st. And you got the Five of Swords. So the five is all about transformation. And the Five of Swords shows you again as thoughts and beliefs. And you have these Ace of Swords here, which you can see you're holding in your hand here. And it's you continue during this month to discover what you want to let go of that no longer is serving you. So this transformation really starts to take effect during this next month. This is a big discovery period. And this is where you start to take some internal action, where you are cutting away those thoughts and those beliefs that are no longer serving you, like we talked about, this Ace of Swords. And then you have the Two of Cups, which, that's funny. Swords, swords, cups, cups. The Two of Cups is all about your awareness of your higher being, and that there are two of you that experience this life together. You have one cup is the cup of the human experience, that being that is ruled by fear and fight or flight, and that has a lot of the fear-based emotions and experiences we have, which are so much more than that. You are this being of unconditional love and light, the spirit being, eternal, powerful, and that's the actor behind the character. And so these two cups join together, and they don't. Sometimes religion and spirituality will tell us, we must destroy our ego, we must destroy our shadow. But really, our shadow's a piece of it. It's the brave piece of us that was willing to be veiled from the unconditional love sea that we come from, right? We come from that place of just pure joy and love and laughter. And it's like, a piece of us, we need to volunteer, to experience this opposites, and we're like, I will go, and that's our shadow side. But so we join together instead of fighting, because our small self, our shadow self, our human ego self is hungry for unconditional love, and all it gets in the outside world is disappointment, right? And so this beautiful, beautiful energy comes in, this joining together of unconditional love with our human self. And that's beautiful as this comes in, because as we were letting go of those emotions that no longer serve us, it opens us up like this chalice, like this cup, to allow spirit and unconditional love to fill us up while we're still here on earth. And so I love that this awareness comes to you during that period of time. Yeah, and then you have the Palace of Coins. Palaces are specific to this deck of this Tarot of Dreams. And this is about, you're creating this place of feeling of abundance where you feel safe. You just feel, it's like the Queen and King of Pentacles are there. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, the King that, and the Queen both discover that you find your worth from within. And when you can fill up within and have this place of gratitude, you transform from this place of lack. Again, like the magician, you have everything you need. This is, you feel you have everything you need, and you actually create this, because this is coins in the outside world, pentacles. You actually are creating this environment where you feel safe, even in the physical world, because you brought in, of course, these beautiful emotions, and you're transforming your thinking as well. So this is all about the attitude of gratitude for me. And then you move into February 21st to March 21st. And in here, you have the Nine of Cups. So you do have this beautiful feeling of abundance. And the Nine of Cups, you can see that they're in this garden by themselves, and they usually have a feathered friend, and they don't show one in here. But you're never alone. You always have spirit with you. But you have found your abundance within yourself. You haven't needed it from the outside. And, again, all this just really joins together into this beautiful message that you do find you have everything you need. You just feel emotionally overflowing. And eventually, the Ten of Cups would be that does make it to the outside world, where this internal abundance you're feeling just pours. You fill up like that cup, and it just overflows out to the world. Yeah, and you've got the Six of Cups. So more emotions. This is called like the nostalgia card, this is about, sometimes it can be about old relationships and old emotions coming to the surface. So it could be someone coming back into your life from the past that you had a very emotional connection to, either of shadow emotions or of loving emotions. But I really also feel it's a big transformational opportunity for you, because as you understand all this and you're letting go of these emotions and thoughts that no longer serve you, and you're connecting to this wholeness and this completeness within, you're able to go back and look at these old cups, these old emotions that you experienced, and you get to see the stories that you applied before, and that they really may have been different. We see the world as we are, not as the world is. And so as you change on the inside, when you look back at old situations, sometimes you're like, you know what? I don't think that's what happened. I see things so much more clearly now. One, with your connection to your heavenly self, because you do have access to so much more deeper information. Sometimes you'll get messages of why something happened, why someone was acting a different way. Like, I know for me, it's like, relationships. And when I had these stories that I was betrayed by all these 5 relationships in some way or another, whether they went outside our relationship for intimacy, or how they treated me, or how I felt used, or blah, 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 all these stories I had applied. And later I discovered, wow, they could not love me any more than I loved myself. And they were all my teachers, continually showing me how I felt about myself until I saw it. And so those memories of that pain and that suffering and that betrayal transformed into something so much more beautiful, like these flowers in these cups. Just beautiful. I don't know, I showed you those, but see how beautiful that is. They don't look so bad as compared to something with a black bloody rose in it or something like that. So beautiful transformation of emotions. Yeah. And then you have the 7 of coins. And this is about, it's like one of the cards of the Pentacles that is about the patience cards. You've planted seeds. It's growing, but they're not ready to be plucked yet. And this is just a message of, there are seasons. We change from the inside out. You have a lot of change happening on the inside, and it slowly makes its way out to the outside world. And just trust that things flow to the outside world in perfect timing, in the perfect season. Again, this is the winter solstice. So this patience here, towards the end of the reading is like, yeah, remember all this? And we get all excited, and it's like, but be patient, let it unfold. Yeah, and then you have the 2 of coins, and this is like the 2 of cups, but it's the physical world. And so you realize that your 2 parts of yourself can express themselves into this external world. And so you're really bringing in that duality of your beingness and understanding that there are 2 of you, and you're going to be, it's like this juggling, it's almost like he's juggling these 2 pentacles, and it's about this ebb and flow of this life. You get to experience the human side, and you get drawn out into the fears and the chaos and the storm sometimes, and that's okay. You don't judge yourself. It's what you came here to do. You came here to experience. And then you move back into your spiritual and the unconditional love in this beautiful garden of feeling whole and complete. And then you get sucked out into fearing lack and blah, blah, blah. And so it's beautiful. It's this beautiful dance. And it's okay. You just, we start off spending 99% of the time out in the storm and 1% in the eye of the storm where it's calm and peaceful. And then it's 98 and 2%. And then we jump up to 80, 20, and then 60, 40, and then 50, 50. And maybe even you make that leap to 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20. You start spending more time in the peaceful center, feeling abundant and whole and complete on your soul path. And then not being drawn so much back into your fears. And that's okay. Our path is our path. That's part of our soul path, is to experience all these opposites so we more fully understand who we are. So, it's this beautiful ebb and flow, but, you have your little 3-month little kind of overall picture here as we're going. And we're going to pull one last card here from this chakra reading cards, and to see what the final message that the Creator has for you for this 3-month period. All right, Creator, for our polar bear Aries, what's your final message for them, please? Okay, I think this is the one right there. And you got 17, the inner child. So I really think with the 6 of Cups, this is important about going back and looking at those situations where you really judged yourself and you had such harsh, just harsh opinions of yourself as a child, and even, since then, of course, because it just echoes from our childhood, those feelings of worth we have for ourselves. But I really just feel, because there's so many of these coins and so much of this feeling of, because you got coins and coins. I mean, this pentacles, 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 pentacles. This whole journey, green, nurture, nature, has to be about this self-nurturing and making sure you're giving yourself the love. This is the heart chakra. It says you have called this card and energy into your awareness because it's time to create a more fulfilling, loving relationship with your inner child. Each person has within them aspects of the child, those parts of us that can be vulnerable, misunderstood, unloved, not heard, and those wounded feelings we hold onto as children, right? When we take these experiences into our adult life, our connection to the inner child is sometimes forgotten. Have you been beating yourself up lately or been down on yourself and allowed people and situations in your life to affect you negatively? Pulling this card today highlights that you are currently reacting to a situation from the perspective of the inner child. Old wounds may be opened and you may be feeling trapped and confused. Know that it's time to give your inner child some love and care. Take some time to tune into this wounded being who lies within you. Ask what he or she requires in order to heal. You may feel drawn to go and see a healer or to simply take some quiet time to engage in inner dialogue with this part of you. Whatever is required, know it's a powerful time of healing and breaking free from these old restraints, right? Letting go what no longer serves you. It's time to set your inner child free and allow this aspect of you to feel safe, loved, and heard. It is time to be fully engaged and present with your inner child, to allow deep connection and healing. Love, love, love is the key. It is also very important to allow the inner child out to play. Life can become so serious and we forget to play. Create joy and have fun. When was the last time you played and felt like a kid? What does your inner child want to do? Go play on a swing? Dance? Paint? Go to the beach? It's time to let your inner child express himself or herself with play and joy. And the affirmation for this card is, my inner child is free to express love and joy. And that is beautiful. I'm going to put this in the center here because I really feel like this waiting period, this holding pattern, is for you to nurture yourself, to play, to allow yourself to express that joy and really go back and release a lot of this stuff, these beliefs that were, binding you and making you feel small, these emotions that reflected those beliefs. But it's this time because your soul journey and your soul path is all about love, love, love. So I'm loving this for you. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I want to let you know, in addition to these readings, though, I also do monthly readings by each of the zodiac signs, also weekly updates by the elements, so fire signs, water signs, a variety of other readings like new moon and full moon, and some others throughout the month. So if you want to be kept up to date on energy changes and any other messages from Spirit, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you can set your notifications to receive a message when my new videos come out. And then you can just be kept up to date and see what else is happening throughout these months as we go and experience them. So it's pretty easy breezy. And I just want to let you know, too, as you're going throughout this winter solstice and every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing, amazing winter solstice, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.